back to my YouTube channel, sugars. My name is Nomzamo Shangase. This is my YouTube channel where I speak about all things books, DIY, and lifestyle. If that is your kind of jam, or one of the things that I mentioned is your thing, please do hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell to get notified every single time you go post a video. And if you're an OG, if you're the real brown sugar, how's it been going? How are you? Please just comment down below. Tell me how you are. So today I just decided to film a tag. No one tagged me on this media freakout tag, but I have heard that it is a rite of passage to do this tag. So I thought, you know what? Let me just do it. I'm not gonna wait for somebody to tag me. I'm just gonna do it. Without further ado, let me just do this tag, okay? Media freakout tag is basically a tag where you reflect on the past 6 months and just look at how you're doing on your reading goals, if you did set any reading goals for this year. I have this journal. This is my almost everything journal. I journal here about my thoughts, how I keep track of everything, my finances. This is basically how my reading goals are set up. So first goal was to read 20 books this year. Last year, I don't remember how many books I read in total, but I think it was probably like 12 or 15. Well, I had set myself to read at least 2 or 3 books in a month, and your homegirl's been doing pretty well. If you do go on my Goodreads, you will see that so far this year, I have read 12 books. I'm pretty proud of myself because I'm just like 8 books ahead, and knowing myself, I'm a slow reader, I'm a mood reader, so I don't know if I will, like, many people are gonna be like, yeah, we can read 8 books, before even the year ends. And knowing myself, I don't even want to be like bragging like that. I don't want to do that. So in this tag, what you do is that there are like 13 questions, basically kind of like very reflective kind of questions, and I did write them down. I'm not gonna be a child, okay? I did write them down. Yeah, let's get right into this tag. So the first question is best book you've read so far in 2021, and I have 3 books that have blew my mind. So the first book is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones, and this book follows a young couple who just got married, and they are a year into their marriage when the husband Roy gets arrested for a crime that he didn't commit, and he gets sentenced to 12 years in jail. And it kind of like it takes us on this journey of their lives where Roy is in prison and Celestial is on the outside world trying to navigate this relationship, trying to be a married couple. And we get to see the difficulties of that. Like, it's not easy, it's not fairy tale-y like. Also, like, so many third parties into this relationship that there is, like so many voices that are basically like all around them, and while as they're trying also to navigate how they feel about each other, if they could really make it work. And let me tell you guys, I cried like 6 times throughout this book, and I really did enjoy it. It's such a great read. Tayari Jones is one of my favorite authors right now, so yeah. Another book that was just like amazing for me so far is Collective Amnesia by Kollega Putuma. Let me tell you, this collection of poems is that girl. She is the girl that she thinks she is, okay? There's nothing that she didn't touch on. She speaks a lot. She speaks about religion, about being queer in that religious space. And it's just, she speaks about being a queer woman and falling in love and falling out of love. And, it's a beautiful thing. I enjoyed it. I loved it. One of the best books that I've read so far. Another book that I did read this year, I read it on my phone, was Transcendent Kingdom by Yajasi. Let me tell you something. Yajasi is the girl that she thinks she is. She can write like essays, and I'll probably read them. Like, guys, she's such an amazing writer. So basically this book is about Jifty, who is a PhD candidate at Stanford, and she's doing her research on addiction. Her brother overdosed on drugs, and that's how he passed away. So she's always been really intrigued from a very young age, how we treat addiction, or how we get to that point of being addicted to a certain thing. And she takes us on this journey of how she felt like an outsider in her own family, because when she was born, everyone had a certain role in the family, like her dad, her mom, her brother, and she felt out of place. She was raised heavily on religion, like her mom was very religious. She's a Christian, and she talks about that also. Like, she's she speaks, one thing about Yacha, she will speak about a lot of topics, but it will never feel clustered. Like I didn't feel clustered. She spoke about addiction, she spoke about depression, she spoke about religion, she spoke about identity. I know it feels like, oh my gosh, that's a whole lot, but let me tell you something. Yachasi has this amazing way of never feeling like it's too much information. Everything just flowed. Also with Homegoing, I will never stop raving about Homegoing, guys, because that book is that book. Like it's really that book. Like, please, if you haven't read Homegoing, Ulindeni, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Please do yourself a favor and go read it, okay? But those are the books that the best books I've read so far, that were all 5-star reads for me. And yeah, I couldn't be more happier. So if you have read them, tell me what you think. If you haven't, pick one. I gave it 3. Another question was the best sequel so far this year. And I don't know if I can call this a sequel, but it is a series, I guess. The Brown Sister series by Talia Hibbert. I have a video, because once I start talking about these books, guys, I won't stop. I loved everything about it, guys. I'm a huge fan of romance. I'm a hopeless romantic, okay? So anything that has to do with romance, if there's love there, Gifonele, call me. New release that I do want to read is Invisible Strings by Naledi Mashishi. And let me tell you, I need to go to Melville and go to Book Circle Capital and cop myself this book, because what I'm doing is quite childish. I don't know why I haven't picked this book up. And I can't wait, guys, and I'm so excited. Everyone has been raving about this book. There's so many people who loved it. I literally do not know what the book is about. I think it's a fantasy. But the fact that, you know, it's a South African author, she's a young author, and I can't wait to jump. I'm ready. Anticipated releases for the second half of the year. You got Anything Stronger by Gabrielle Union. And let me tell you guys, I read We're Gonna Need More Wine. And I read that book like Sagdala. Like I was just like, oh, let me just start this book. And when I read it, I couldn't put it down, guys. I couldn't put it down. And when I was done finishing it, I was just like, she was so vulnerable, and she was just, I felt like her friend. Like there's so many things that she shared, and I was like, me and Gab are friends now because I know so much about her. The book is coming out in September, so I'm really, really excited. My biggest disappointment, let me tell you something. Okay, so my biggest disappointment for this year was definitely this book, Queenie. I was not happy. I was not happy at all. And in as much as I love chaos, this was not the chaos that I needed. No. There is a video somewhere in my YouTube channel where I speak about how unhappy this book made me. Maybe I don't have a sense of humor. Clearly I don't, because I didn't find this book funny at all. I need y'all to see. I don't know if you can see. A deliciously funny. Go guy! Go guy! Anyways, this was not deliciously funny. It was my biggest disappointment because I was really, really looking forward to reading this book and actually enjoying it, because so many people, for some reason, actually, someone on Instagram was like, this book is liked by a lot of white people in the UK. And for her, it made her realize that there's something wrong. I was not impressed. That's all. I was not impressed. My biggest surprise, actually, these two. So Hope Is Our Only Wing. I did a 24-hour reading vlog of this book. I do have it here on my YouTube channel. I'll put it on the cards. It's about these two girls who are in predicaments. The one girl doesn't have hope, none whatsoever. If she could, she would die. If she could, she would die. And the other one is just, you know, she has to have hope. Otherwise, you know, nothing will make sense. And yeah, we're just basically taking on this journey. Another biggest surprise was Who Fears Death by Nnedi Okorafor. And, you know, I saw Ntabi and her book's review, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to read this book. I have to read it now. And when I did, let me tell you something. I was super surprised at how much I enjoyed. Like, I was not pushing, okay, except towards the end. Towards the end, it kind of dragged a little bit, but I also understood why it dragged, because a lot of things made sense towards the end. And I think, guys, is this book, someone tell me, is this book like a trilogy? Because, guys, and how it ends with giving me the impression that there's gonna be a second book. I don't know. Someone tell me. I don't know. I'm not sure. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It was so good. I was not even intimidated by the small font, because the font font is small, like it's tiny, and you guys know how I feel about tiny fonts. But this one, the storyline was great, and yeah, surprised that I enjoyed it. Like, loved it so much. My newest fictional crush. Okay, so early this year, I read Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert, and there was a guy there called Zafia, aka Zaf. He was a security guard who used to be a rugby player, so his body was fine, got black hair, just serving hotness, and he's my type of guy, okay? New favorite character, so I think it's definitely Danica Brown from Take a Hint, Danny Brown, because she's the type of woman I would like to be, like, guys, and I would like to be like Danica Brown. She is this outgoing, speaks her mind, smart, very liberated woman, and she doesn't hide that about herself. Like, she can wake up today and decide, oh, today I'm gonna have pebble her, and she's gonna go and get herself some. I wish I had that kind of bravery to wake up and try something new every single day. That's my new favorite character so far. I really love her. I wish I could see more of her in books or whatever. A book that made me cry. I guess the book that made me cry that I have finished is An American Marriage by Tyree Jones. I cried 6 times throughout that book. Is a book that made you happy. Collective Amnesia by Galega Putuma. She did an amazing job. If I were to see her on the streets, I will tell her how she made me, like, not that I was never proud, but it just made me so much prouder, I guess, to be a black child living in South Africa. She made me really proud of that, and she made me just a little braver to become fully in myself and fully embrace that part of myself. And yeah, like, it made me super happy to read and to actually know that there's this piece of work that that exists, that hopefully one day it will be studied in school, because I feel like it's very important, especially in the black community, that there's no shame associated with how we grew up. And I think that was the most important thing for me that really stuck out. Most beautiful book you've bought or received. Anybody who knows me knows how simple I am. Like, I'm such a really simple, neutral type of person. If I could, I would have grays and beiges and whites and everywhere. So when I say that this is the most beautiful book I've received, child, you understand, okay? First of all, guys, I have the hugest crush on Barack Obama, okay? like sir. Okay, let me get myself together. So, Promised Land by Barack Obama is the most beautiful book I've received, and how he's smiling, how he's not really looking at the camera, and it's the swag for me. He's so swagalicious, as Umamkulu, aka Michelle Obama, would say. Most beautiful book I've received. What book do you need to read by the end of this year? All of my books that I haven't read. All of them. There isn't one that I can be like, I need to read this book by the end of this year. No. All of my books. So one of the things that you need to do for this mid-year freakout tag is that you need to tag people to do this tag too. Since I was not tagged, if you're a booktuber and you happen to post this video, you can do it if you want to. Like, you don't need to be tagged, girl. Just do it. Just do it. I'm just gonna mention 4 of my favorite booktubers. Like, I love all these girls so much. I love you. First one is my homegirl, Ntabi, and her books. Love her channel. Love how zen. Like, I feel like her videos are quite zen. Even when she's excited about books, she's so zen and calm about it. Like, I love that. Another booktuber that I do enjoy, she's also from South Africa, is Pretty Bookish, Kanya. It's Pretty Bookish on YouTube. And listen, Gifuno is Pretty Bookish, guys. That's all I'm saying. She's always like going on these cute safari like vacations, and I feel like she does it every other weekend, and you just have this colorful cute Instagram, and she reads all these awesome fantasy mostly books and African literature. Like, she's introduced me to so many books that I do want to read that I've actually got, and I went to the store and bought them because she was just like raving about them. Also, another girl that I do like, she's from the US, bounded and bookmarked. Listen, I love her reading vlogs and I love her reviews. She's so like recently she read 50 Shades of Grey, and anyone who knows me that in high school I was a big fan of 50 Shades of Grey. Like, I don't know how many times I read that book. And she read and she said something and I had completely forgot about it. She said something about how Anastasia used Christian's toothbrush. She was just like, that is so like she was disgusted, guys. Not like ew. She was just like, ew. I love her reading vlogs. I love her reviews. Like, I think she's an awesome person. And also, this is very weird, but sometimes I like, you know, these booktubers, I just mostly like how they speak, like how I hear them. I just love it. I don't know, it's a weird thing. And also, last but not least, is Noelle Gallagher. Listen, I love her so much. I love her so much. Like, I really do. I love her reading vlogs mostly, and also she tells these really hilarious jokes every single time she starts a video. She will tell all these jokes, and they're kind of like dad jokes, but they funny. They're so funny. So yeah, those are my favorite books. So that is all for this video, sugars. I really do hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you have read any of these books, or if you really did enjoy this video. And don't forget, hit that little bell, okay? Hit the little bell to get notified, because you know sometimes YouTube and their algorithms, so hit the bell so you can notify every single time I post, okay? Yeah, thank you so much for subscribing and joining the Sugar family. Until next time, brown sugars, bye.